Viewer discretion is advised.
This is Agent Troy from Expedition 1888, requesting immediate extraction. You've got to get us out of here now. Calm down. Please report the status of your team. My team is dead, and I'm with an outsider. They're coming for us. You've got to get us out of here ASAP. Shh, keep it down. They can hear us. We cannot extract you unless we know your current position. All right. We're in a shallow cave not far from where we set up our camp. Gave us a little breathing room from them. Them? The creatures. No, more like the entire ecosystem just attacked us without warning. Even the freaking plants. It was like they were waiting for us to get far enough inside so we couldn't escape, and then they sprung up on us. They weren't normal. Like there was a deer, but its snout was somehow larger, and when its mouth opened there were these things like a freaking crocodile. What about the natives? They aren't human anymore. They look human, at least from a distance, but when you get close, you can see they've got huge tusks growing from their jaws. Bones come out of their backs, and some on their arms that they use like blades. Everything here is working together to kill us. Wait, hold on. I hear something. It's Bill. I'd know that voice anywhere. Even if it's screaming, he's alive. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you SCP Foundation SAFE Class Object SCP-1888. SCP-1888, also known as Terraforming Temple, is an ancient limestone pyramid built in the style of ancient pre-Colombian cultures of Peru. Radiometric dating indicates that pyramid significantly predates the arrival of humans in the Americas. The structure outwardly displays no anomalous properties. An entrance is located at ground level on the north side, which leads to an interior corridor lined on both sides by 8 small rooms. Further in, the corridor slopes downwards, opening into a large chamber which has been termed the Treasure Room. When a sapient being observes the inside of the room, one or more instances of SCP-1888-1 will manifest. These entities will take the form of anything the observer considers to be valuable, leading to the natural inclination to obtain them. SCP-1888-1 is always something that the subject is familiar with or has previously conceived of, and displays all the properties of said entity. If it remains inside the pyramid, it will disappear precisely 6 hours after its first appearance. This process has never been successfully recorded despite numerous attempts. However, if 1888-1 is retained outside of the pyramid, once 6 hours have passed, it will rapidly decay into a viscous, black liquid designated as SCP-1888-2. Due to the ephemeral nature of this substance, analysis is proven impossible. The substance will disappear if prevented from reaching any topsoil, rocks, or outdoor plants. If the liquid reaches the ground, it will leave a faint black stain before dissipating. Prolonged exposure to land affected by 1888-2 leads to a profound alteration in mental state and also physical mutations. Symptoms of exposure initially include heightened aggressive tendencies, degradation of reasoning abilities, and indifference to pain and physical injury. The greater the 1888-2 exposure, the faster and more extreme the transformation. Recorded physical mutations include mundane flora developing ambulatory tendrils coated with poisonous thorns, and herbivorous fauna manifesting claws and teeth characteristic of carnivores. Mutated organisms will generally not attack each other and have shown evidence of cooperation in order to efficiently eliminate intruders. The existence of 1888 was first brought to the attention of the Foundation in the mid-90s through multiple reports of people and animals disappearing in the area. However, a treasure hunter found the temple first. After going through thick forest, Gary Jones finally arrived at the temple. The treasure hunter had no map. He was guided by only the temple's towering silhouette in the distance and the directions given by nearby tribal villagers, as well as their warning: beware of its treasure. Do not bring anything from the temple to the outside world, for they carry bad omens. Superstitions. Jones had been around the world. He had braved through the highest mountains and the deepest seas. He had explored ancient ruins, but never had he heard of a place filled with treasures such as this. So when he learned about a certain temple deep within the Peruvian mountains, a temple filled with treasures that would fulfill any man's desire, the adventurous flame within him lit up and decided to be the first to set foot inside. To his surprise, the doors opened easily enough when he pushed them. They opened only a black void. The sunlight reached only a few steps in front of him. As he stepped into the temple, the torches on the walls lit up in front of him. More lit up as he moved forward, as if leading him deeper. Soon enough, the torches led him to a large chamber lined with treasures, gold, precious stones. But there was only one thing that caught his attention, a crystal skull resting atop a stone altar. This skull, such mystery. The world shall know its existence, and that I, Gary Jones, professional treasure hunter and part-time archaeologist, was the one to find it. He bagged the skull along with as much treasure as he could fit in his rucksack and made his way back to the tribal village. Agents investigating the area established contact with the native tribe. Accounts given by individuals vary in terms of what gave the temple its terrifying properties. Some said that there was a creature living inside the temple, while others thought that the temple was a gateway connecting Earth to the underworld. Despite the warning of the tribe, a small expedition team of 3 men went into the area to attempt to reach the temple. When they arrived at the village, they saw a man dressed in modern clothing engaging in a heated argument with the villagers. "It's nothing. Look, it's just a few things, hardly anything. There are tons more inside the temple, so relax, will ya? Geez, if you're so scared of it, just let me stay for another night and I'll be out of your hair soon with this cursed treasure. No, you leave now. You bring doom to us," I said. As the argument got physical, Bill, the team leader, stepped in. Whoa, hey, what's going on?" "Nothing. I just got back from my adventure and these gentlemen decided to escalate things." "Who are you anyway?" "We've been sent here to investigate certain strange phenomena. I'm Bill, and these are my partners Troy and Clubface." "Ah, it's so nice to see a civilized face in a place such as this. I'm Gary Jones, an adventurer." Then the tribal men started to protest once more. "They are really getting on my nerves. Come with me. I built a camp not far from here. We can talk more there." They left quickly, following Jones into a clearing outside of the village where he had built a makeshift hut. There, he told the team everything he knew about the temple. The temple might be worth checking out. "All right, team, we're camping here for the night, and tomorrow we'll make for the temple. Jones will be our guide." They slept through the night. The next day, the men woke up to find that all of Jones's treasure had gone. Only faint black stains remained. It all disappeared. How could this be? And what is this stain? "I believe we can only find answers at the temple. Let's move." The team followed Jones to the temple and gained access to the treasure chamber. Everything appeared exactly like it had when he first entered the chamber. The crystal skull on the altar. I swear there was only one when I was here. Did the tribesmen take it from me last night and put it back here? No way. I would have heard it if they did. How was this possible? Among the piles of gold and precious gemstones, the team found a certain treasure particularly to their liking. What the? A limited edition vinyl? In this place? Isn't that the one you kept telling me about? And look, I found a case full of cash. My God, these are all $100 notes. And I got a figure of, my favorite TV show. Something's not right about this. Yeah, guys, take nothing. It's almost as if something here knows what we want the most and is giving it to us. But why? We should ask the people from the village what they know about this temple. When they returned to the village, the sun was already setting. The villagers were nowhere to be found. Where is everyone? I don't like it. It's too quiet. Come to think of it, on our way back, I don't think I heard a single sound or saw any animals. Everyone stay sharp. Draw your weapons and be ready for anything. They walked in formation, with Troy and Clubface keeping watch behind them. Bill and Jones advanced slowly. Movement on our 6, in the trees. Looks like a snake, but it has wings. All right, double time. We're getting the hell out of here. Ah! A villager burst out from a nearby hut and pinned down Bill. His arm plunged into Bill's stomach, and when the villager ripped it out, the men saw that the villager had a splintered hook of bone extending from the side of his forearm, dripping with Bill's blood. 2 large tusks protruded from the villager's lower jaw, and blood dripped out of his eyes. As he slowly turned his attention towards them, another bone extended from his other arm. What the? Stay back! As the transformed villager began to run, Bill opened fire. Don't forget about me. I'm down, but I'm not out yet. You guys, run! Oh. The gunshots didn't wound the villager. They only seemed to agitate him further, and he raised his arm blade and brought it down repeatedly on Bill. Suddenly, the men realized they were surrounded. Some of the transformed villagers had bone blades and tusks like the first, and others had large worm-like monstrosities growing out of their broken necks, writhing as if in pain. Run! Run! They ran into the woods, towards their camp. But the moment they set foot into the bush, a thick tree root burst up from the ground, coiled around Clubface's leg, and dragged him backwards. He struggled with all his might, but he was no match for the root's strength. It dragged him to the group of villagers. Clubface screamed and fired his gun wildly at the crowd. He couldn't tell if the bullets had completely missed them or they couldn't hurt them. Then his gun clicked empty. He begged for mercy, mercy the villagers didn't have. They tore his body apart, and the worms that grew out of their neck began devouring on his flesh. No! Clubface! He's gone, man. We gotta run. They ran, escaping deeper into the woods. Every now and then, they glanced back and saw glimpses of deformed animals giving chase. Deer with ripped mouths and sharp teeth, human limbs grasping from tree trunks, monkeys with extra arms hurling rocks at them, birds with 4 eyes spewing acid. They found shelter at a shallow cave and hid from their pursuers. As they caught their breath, they could hear the sounds and growls from the monstrosities, skulking around and hunting them. What do we do now? I have a radio. I'm gonna call for help. Bill? Yeah, that's his scream. There's no mistaking it. I'm gonna call him. Wait, hold on. It's getting closer. It's him, but it sounds wrong, and it keeps repeating the same scream over and over. Troy carefully leaned out and peeked from behind a rock. It wasn't Bill that met his eyes. It was a snake bearing a vague likeness of Bill, and a single broken wing on its back. Its mimicry of Bill's scream mixed with aggressive hisses that became a shriek that attracted the hordes of deformed villagers and animals. Jones, we gotta... But Jones was already dead, with his head torn from his body by the monkeys. Oh no, 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 no. When the Foundation didn't hear from the expedition after that, a small flight of Foundation helicopters were deployed to perform aerial napalm strikes on the affected area, incinerating 87% of the native flora and fauna. Ground teams equipped with hazmat suits worn over body armor, as well as assault rifles and flamethrowers, were then dispatched to destroy all remaining instances of infected flora and fauna.